look, you've been thinking to start a vending machine business for a while, but there is no knowledge out there. You've searched and you searched and you couldn't find out any information in terms of how to go about it in the UK. You also want another revenue stream that is going to supplement into your current state of finances and eventually grow into a full-on business that you can step away from that 9 to 5 and be dependent on running your vending machine business. Then this free training video is for you. Let's get started. Why vending machines? We've all used a vending machine in the past. Regardless of how old you may be or how young you may be, everyone has encountered or seen a vending machine just like this one. It might be in a hospital, it might be in a gym, it might be in any sort of location where you're there for a long period of time and you've either gotten hungry or thirsty and you've given into your guilty pleasures. But why do you want to start this business model? Now, frankly, this is a growing business, and as you can see, in the UK, it's estimated that it's going to be worth 6.8 billion by 2030. This industry is currently growing at nearly 13% every single year. Now that is incredibly good growth. As you can see, I'm going to highlight that here and here. Now this has been fact checked. This isn't just any sort of random data. Essentially, what are actually the pros though? You want to start and you want a slice of the cake. You want to be in this business. You want to make some money like we all do. You want to step away from that 9 to 5. You have goals that you want to achieve and you want some more revenue. What are actually the pros of starting this business? Why would I not start SMMA or Amazon FBA or whatever else? These are some of the pros. Let's go straight into these. First one is the compounding effect. Essentially, I like to think about this a little bit like real estate. When you have one house, you get okay rent, and you're renting this out to a tenant, you get okay rent. When you've got 2 houses, you've got double that rent. When you've got 3, you've got triple that amount coming in, and so on and so on and so on. Essentially, this is the same sort of analogy that we have with the vending machines on a bit of a smaller scale. You have obviously your one vending machine that's going to be providing you X revenue. Then you have 2 that's going to be compounding, and then it's doubling up the revenue that's been provided. You then have another sort of machine over here. It might be an arcade machine. It doesn't particularly have to be a snacks and drinks vending machine. Then that's making you another sort of amount per month. And as you can see, this is compounding until obviously you reach your goal of X revenue that you want to acquire. Now, number 2, it's a tangible asset. Essentially, when you're going into Amazon FBA, SMMA, if you've looked at other side hustles, which I assume you would have if you're an entrepreneur and you're looking to start a business just like this one, then you would have seen that once you buy these programs, once you get invested, it is just down to you. Essentially, for whatever reason, I want you to think of the worst scenario here, because as humans, we like to take the most extreme scenarios and think and analyze them and over analyze in our heads. If for whatever reason you just wanted to get out of the business, you have a tangible asset. You're able to sell your vending machine. You're able to sell your location. You're obviously going to be able to recoup a lot of money, especially if you have a really good sort of location and you want to sell it on after a few years because you might want to relocate homes, you might want to move, you might want to exit the business for XYZ reason. You're able to make your money back. Now, the third and final reason that I really enjoy this business, and I think this can be for you, if you like passive income, this is definitely for you. Now, there is no stretch of the imagination that you're just going to be laying under a tree just like this guy over here and just be collecting your coins off the tree. But for the most part of it, you're not going to have to be doing a lot. So this is really semi-passive, because you're going to have to restock your machine. Once your machine is restocked for the week, for the day, whatever it may be, then you can go home. And yes, you can sit down here just like this. And yes, you can just collect your money that are going to be given to you from your customers without you having to be there, without you having to look after things, without you having to stress and have a big fuss about what's going on. So essentially, this is passive. And once you do build to them, once you do build this into a proper business of 15, 20 machines, 30 machines, whatever it may be that you have, even 5 to 10, I would say, it does become passive very quickly, and you can start earning some really good, really good money. So essentially, how do we go about starting this business? What are some of the key things that you need to know when you're actually starting this business? That's the money question, right? There's three key components when starting out your business and getting into the vending machine venture. First one is market research. You need to be able to know your area inside out. You need to analyze and understand your area, where you're going to be. So market research, you need to know your area. You need to know the locations that you're going for. You're going to need to know your locations, just like here. Just write some stuff down for you guys. And additionally, you're going to want to know what sort of niche that you're going to want to attract in terms of not only customers, but additionally buildings and locations that you want to place your machines within. Second big thing when starting this business model, locations. This is what I call the bread and butter of the business. I'm going to draw that over here, because without locations, you're just not going to make any money. If you don't have a location, you don't have a vending machine, and you don't have any product to sell, because you don't have a vending machine to put it in. But to get a vending machine, you need a location. So you see where I'm going here. Essentially, this is a big one. You need a location. Oh, that is a terrible line. That's a bit better. So this is the bread and butter of the business. How do we go about finding locations? This is the money answer here. How do you find locations? Now, there's various amounts of different strategies and methods to go around this. You can ring online, you can go in person, you can use Google. There's about a million different ways. This is the kind of stuff that I go in depth with my one-to-one mentoring offer, which I only take on 3 people every single month. So if you've gotten to this part of the video and you're excited about having this sort of vending machine business that's going to allow you to get extra income, allow you to eventually quit your 9 to 5 and essentially be passive, then 100% go down below and book a call with either me or someone from my team. Now, let's get back into this. What is the last and final thing that you actually need? And these are just the essentials of the business. Of course, there's a few more things other than these, but these are the top 3. You need machines, and people laugh about, our machines are so easy to get, we can get any sort of machine. Yeah, you can get a machine, and every machine essentially looks like this. This is a terrible drawing, but you can have one that has only snacks in it, for example. You can have one that has only drinks in it, for example. That's a bit better. And you can have one that has a combination of both, so it has both snacks and drinks. And then you can go into different sorts of machines. You can have a card reader on there. You can have only cash. As you can see, there's a lot of variety. Not only that, the sizes, the lengths, and the dimensions, all these things that you need to think about when actually purchasing your machine. Now, a really big tip, and I'm going to make myself bigger for this, is please do not buy a machine before you have a location. It's just going to sit in your living room, in your back garden, and you've just wasted time, capital, and energy. Now, as when you start any business, you can have information, which is free, just like what I'm providing today. But implementation isn't. And for you to skip this sort of trial and error area here, we've all been down that route where we're trying to go onto YouTube. You probably have already been on YouTube before seeing my content on either TikTok, YouTube, or Instagram, and trying to find someone in the UK that does this vending machine stuff, currently is within the business, understands, knows, has also taught others, and has some sort of credentials. I will take the trial and error and the guessing work out of this, because what are you actually doing when you go in here and do this alone? You're wasting, first of all, time. Essentially, there isn't anyone else that I've personally seen in the UK that even offers a program like this. So you're going to be wasting a lot of time, which is why I'm going to put that in a big box. What else are you going to be wasting? You're going to be wasting energy, because you're not going to be able to, you're not going to know the right scripts, the right templates. You're not going to know the contracts that you need to put in place. So you're going to be wasting a lot of energy. But what is the worst out of either of those two things is you're going to be wasting a lot of this, a lot of money. And when you're getting started in this business model, you do not want to be wasting money. You want to be saving all your money. You want to be getting as many locations, as many machines, the best and cheapest stock that you can get, and obviously be able to increase your margins as much as possible to make as much money as possible. So wasting money because you don't want to invest in yourself, it definitely isn't the right approach. Now, with all of that being said, I previously mentioned this in the video as well, but we do offer mentoring here, where you work on a one-to-one basis directly with myself, where I will guide you on how to start, scale, and essentially build your vending machine empire from A to Z. Any sort of inquiries, worries, and questions, you can directly come to me and ask me, and I will be there every step of the way helping you. If that sounds good, if that sounds like something that you're interested in, if that sounds like, oh, Ero, I want some extra revenue, then definitely go ahead and book a call below with either myself or my team, and we'll look forward to speaking to you soon. Thank you.